The first day of the legislative session brought a lot of new faces to the Capitol. According to the Legislative Reference Library, there are 34 new lawmakers this session, 31 in the House and 3 in the Senate. We spoke to 2 of the new lawmakers, 1 senator and 1 representative, to get insight into what led them to the Capitol and how they hope to make a difference. Amarillo Representative Caroline Fairley made a bit of history. At 26 years old, she is the youngest Republican ever elected to the Texas House.
I believe conservatives in my generation, we have to step up for the future of Texas, for the future of our kids and the next generation.
Fairley already filed legislation aiming to limit cell phone use for students in classrooms.
We all know that we care about our kids, focusing on math, science, reading. The focus on that is protecting kids from seeing things on their phones that they shouldn't be exposed to at school and bringing them back to understanding the basics of education.
Fairley won her election with support from conservatives like Ted Cruz and Congressman Ronnie Jackson. Her father, Alex, is known for donating millions of dollars to conservative candidates. Hours before she took the oath of office, Fairley announced she would support Dustin Burrows for Speaker, after previously backing David Cook.
Speaker Burrows, he is from the Lubbock area, and so I know that him coming into this position, it will help our area, the Panhandle, have more leverage and influence in the Texas House. And the other part is I fundamentally believe he will lead the House in conservative ways.
Molly Cook is one of 3 new members in the Texas Senate. The Houston Democrat works as an ER nurse.
I tell people that I'm really taking my practice from the bedside to the Capitol. So instead of 1 patient at a time, I have 950,000 patients at a time, or 28 million patients at a time.
Cook's experience as a nurse shaped her decision to file a bill to study whether to bury power lines in parts of Texas.
After knocking on doors to check on seniors when the power went out after both the derecho and Hurricane Beryl, I clocked in at the ER and I saw those same patients and their struggles to breathe, to stay warm or to stay cool, get the food and medicine that they needed. So I'm very excited to say we're going to find out what we need to figure out if we can bury the power lines and keep the power on.
Cook also made history as the first out LGBTQ+ member of the state Senate. She knows that some people may be looking for her to be a voice for that community.
It is such an incredible honor, and I always start by showing gratitude to then Senator Barbara Jordan, who of course was gay and couldn't be out because the times were not what they are now. And it's no secret that the last legislative session was filled with vicious attacks on our community. And I'm very proud to get to symbolize the resiliency of that community in Houston and Harris County.
As a Democrat in a chamber dominated by Republicans, it will be difficult to pass legislation. But Cook says it's important to have a voice.
Whether or not you get to put your name on a bill and pass something huge, but you do have a life-saving impact on the policies that do get passed. And it's important, especially as a nurse, to be in the room for those conversations.
There will be many conversations to come over the next few months. This year's regular session runs until June 2nd. Thank you again for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle. We'll be back next week to bring you an in-depth look at Texas politics.